I know. I'm late. I'm sorry. Yeah, the traffic. Oh my God, I had to beat an old lady with a stick to get these cranberries. I know Christmas was about a week ago. Don't do the dance. Well, actually, no. Christmas wasn't about a week ago. It was about family, but I'm sorry I'm late. So to make it up to you guys, I brought a gift. And that gift is a film that features kidnapping, adultery, deceit, divorce, guns. And you're probably thinking I'm describing some crazy R-rated mafia movie or something like that, right?
Nope.
No. I just described a Christmas movie that originally aired on ABC Family. And this movie is called Holiday in Handcuffs. I actually wanted to make a video about this last year, but I just couldn't figure it out. Like, the movie was too gnarly for me, so I settled for Homeless for the Holidays. So that gives you a little hint on how crazy this movie is. Also, since I did Homeless for the Holidays last year, I'm doing Holiday in Handcuffs this year. I guess my rule going forward, every Christmas I have to make a video about a Christmas movie that has the word holiday in it and also another word with the letter H. So next year I'll be sure to cover the holiday ham hole. But anyways, Holiday in Handcuffs stars Melissa Joan Hart and Mario Lopez. And based on the title of this movie and the cover of this movie and also the title of this video, I'm sure you can guess what this movie is about. But I want to withhold the synopsis from you because I think it's better that you see the movie how the filmmakers originally intended, which is, of course, by watching a YouTuber make fun of it 14 years after its initial release. The movie starts off with a voiceover from Melissa Joan Hart's character. Her name is Trudy.
The day started out like every other day, which lately is not necessarily a good thing.
And she's not your average girl. She's messy and lazy, and her life is just a mess. And the movie confirms this by making her eat leftovers out of one of those Chinese food takeout boxes. Because for some reason, that is an unspoken rule in cinema. How do we show the audience that this character is going through a rough patch? Oh, I got it. We'll make him eat yesterday food. But this scene has Judy running around her apartment like crazy because she's getting ready for a job interview that her father set up, so it's very important. While this is happening, her mom calls her and stresses her out about the Christmas vacation they're going on in some cabin in the woods, and she keeps talking about how excited they are to meet her boyfriend Nick, who we will meet in a few minutes. But Trudy gets so caught up in everything that she messes up her hair, even though her messed up hair is just what my hair looks like on a good day, so that's pretty insulting, but I'll get over it. So Trudy goes to the interview, but on the way, she gets stuck in traffic, so she misses the interview.
I know I'm a little late, but you don't understand. You see, my parents and Mr. Portnoy are neighbors, so my dad set this appointment, so it's very important that I see him.
I guess she had an interview at Barstool Sports? That's the guy's last name, right? Dave Portnoy? Yeah, that's the guy.
Mr. Portnoy, it's me!
Damn it, I missed the interview with Mr. Portnoy. Now I can't host that weekly podcast about light beer. So after Trudy misses her Barstool Sports interview, she goes to her current waitressing job at a diner. This is where we meet her friend Lucy and her mean boss.
Get to work or you'll be out in the gutter.
He would not keep his great-grandfather's gun here if he knew how close I come to killing him every day.
Okay, bad idea. I think a diner is probably one of the worst places you can have a gun just open for anybody to take. The place where drunk, angry, horny, hungry people go? Idiot. If I could make a list of the worst places to have a gun out in the open, diner would be at the top, man. Diner is definitely one that I would check off. Speaking of check off, if you show a gun in the first act, you better shoot that thing. That's the direct quote.
You better shoot that thing.
Okay, so Trudy is going about her shift when her boyfriend Nick walks in. And you're going to want to remember this character because he's very important, and I'm just kidding because he dumps her right away and we never see him ever again.
If you walk out that door now, we are so over.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
This really messes her up, and she's so distraught that she can't even take Mario Lopez's order when he walks in.
I'll take a cheeseburger and fries and a Caesar salad, please. Dressing on the side.
Like, hello? That's the host of America's Best Dance Crew? Take his order, Sabrina.
Do you need to write it down?
Mario Lopez's character's name is David, by the way. I'll just say that so I don't have to keep using his full name. So Mario Lopez gets up to go to the bathroom, and this is where the movie gets a little ridiculous. Let's watch.
You're not going to the bathroom.
I'm not sure what kind of government-sponsored work program you're a part of, but
Move
it.
Hey, watch it.
Yeah, she kidnaps him at gunpoint. And like the entire thesis of this movie is doing something crazy doesn't make you a crazy person. That's what they say a few times throughout this film.
Doing one crazy thing does not make a person crazy.
But I don't know, man. Tons of people have missed job interviews and then gotten dumped and then not kidnapped a guy about it. You know what I mean? Like, that's a crazy place for your brain to just go to immediately, right? Like, kidnapping should be a last or not even. Kidnapping shouldn't be a resort at all. Okay, that's silly. I wouldn't vacation at that resort. Also, it's one thing to impulsively like shove someone, right? Because that's like one thing and it's done, and you go, sorry, right? But kidnapping? That's like accidentally making beef Wellington. Okay, I seriously thought I was making a quesadilla. What the fuck is this? You know, your mind doesn't go to kidnapping right away, okay? So I think Trudy has done this before. She's a serial kidnapper, and this is my theory. But anyways, she successfully kidnaps David and is now driving to her parents' cottage retreat, and her master plan is for David to pretend that he is Nick the whole time, the boyfriend who just dumped Trudy. Yeah. Because what's worse than finding out your daughter is a kidnapper? Finding out your daughter is a single kidnapper.
You're not really gonna shoot me with that thing.
She shot that thing! You better shoot that thing! You better shoot that thing! Okay, so this next part is also super ridiculous. I don't want to victim blame or anything, but at like several points in this movie, it kind of seems like David wanted to get kidnapped. Prime example right here. When Trudy stops at a gas station and gets out of the car to pay for her gas, David doesn't scream or shake the car around or, you know, yell for help or literally anything at all. He kind of just stands there gently wiggling his hands back and forth.
Man, what is this stuff made of?
If only I could do more than the bare minimum. I wish God blessed me with the ability to rub my vocal cords together to talk to other humans. Well, my hands are tied. And dude, when the gas station worker comes out to pump the gas, Trudy tells him that David is really into BDSM, and that's why he's tied up.
Well, that's my boyfriend. I'm surprising him with a weekend in the woods. You know, the wild kind of weekend, the tie me up, tie me down kind.
Again, ABC Family. But in response to the BDSM, the gas station worker does this.
These are on the house, honey.
Oh, thanks.
Yuck.
Also, what a terrible citizen. Sees someone tied up in a car and then gives the other person handcuffs. Jesus Christ, man. I feel like if this guy saw someone drowning, he'd just be like whipping water balloons at them or something. Ow, please help, ow, please help, ow, please help, ow. Why are you crying? You're literally surrounded by water. You love this shit. So they get back in the car, and this is when we get another movie trope that I always find really fascinating. Let's watch this one scene, and then we'll talk about it super quick.
I think it's safe to say I've lost my job at Taj's Diner Deluxe. I live in a crappy loft downtown.
She said she lives in a crappy loft. Let me remind you what her loft looks like.
I live in a crappy loft downtown.
If that's a crappy loft, I honestly don't know what my apartment in college was. A medieval dungeon, I guess. Another movie that did a similar thing to this was Big Daddy. And this is constructive criticism, okay? Big Daddy is one of my favorite movies. And mind you, Sonny, main character in that movie, had a good amount of money. But they do this thing where they keep trying to tell you that this character's life is in shambles. You know, and they're eating out of leftover Chinese food takeout boxes, but at the same time they have like the sickest fucking apartment you've ever seen. So it's hard for me to like believe that, you know what I mean? Like I'm just picturing the movie director being like, okay, set designers, this apartment has to look shitty, okay? And I'm talking like only 4,000 squeet? I meant to say square feet. This bit is done because I'm embarrassed. Okay guys, we're not saying square feet anymore, we're saying squeet. I'm gonna squeak. Oh, actually, on second thought, maybe that's a front that Trudy's putting up, you know what I mean? Because she has so much ransom money from all the people that she has for sure kidnapped before. And that's how she can afford her really nice apartment. Okay, I fucking cracked the code, dude. My theory is correct. But anyways, they get to the cottage. And at this point, when I first watched the movie, I was like, well, it's impossible this movie can go any further, right? Because David will walk into the cottage and go, hey, oh my God, I've been fucking kidnapped. Please help me. Call the cops, do something. But Trudy has done this before. So here's her big brain solution.
Sometimes when Nick feels awkward in a social situation, he does this whole, I didn't want to be here, I've been kidnapped thing. Kind of weird, but he thinks it's funny. So just laugh along so it doesn't make him feel bad, okay?
You know, because when someone's nervous or feeling awkward in a social situation, they wouldn't just be super quiet or overly kind to make a good impression or something. They would just barge in and go, I've been kidnapped, okay? Your daughter's a fucking crazy person. I'm sorry, I'm just so nervous right now, and I want all this unnecessary attention on me. Alas, her parents buy it, no questions asked.
Okay.
And do you remember earlier when I said it kind of seems like David wants to be kidnapped? I know that's a pretty problematic thing to imply. It's gonna be Kurtis Connor is over party all over again. But hear me out, okay? This time it's gonna be Kurtis Connor is over the moon because he's so happy that he made a good point party. I'm gonna prove to you that David wants to be kidnapped. I am going to time how long he tries to like convince the parents that he's been kidnapped.
Okay. Listen to me very carefully. She forced me to come here.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go help Mom with the eggnog.
That was less than 1 minute. He tried to convince them for less than 1 minute and was just like, well, I tried. Dude, if that was me, I would not shut the fuck up. I'd be so annoying, I would go full gooby.
Ever seen this before? Bah!
I will add, before, it was just him and Trudy, and like, you know, he didn't know what she was capable of, but now all bets are off, man. Dude, I'd be running around the house fucking screaming. I'd be knocking shit over, I'd be pushing people around, I'd be smearing my shit on the walls. I don't fucking care, dude. And have you seen that guy's fucking arms? I'd start punching people, bro. I've seen that one episode of Saved by the Bell, okay? AC Slater can fight. He could throw a punch. I'm also rewatching that scene. I'm now realizing that I'm the guy who broke up the fight between Zach and Slater. I don't remember doing that, but there's video evidence right in front of me, so you're welcome. But no, seriously, if I was David, I would be smearing my poop on the cabin walls until someone drove me home. But no, he just fucking gives up after 50 seconds. Also, I forgot to mention earlier that David already has a girlfriend who he was planning on like proposing to on the same day that he was kidnapped. So he currently has an engagement ring with him. That's like the only thing he does have because he forgot his cell phone at the diner. And before you ask, why can't he just steal someone else's cell phone and call 911? Well, the movie plugged that plot hole in a very weird way as well. Every year at this Christmas cottage, there's someone called the Keymaster.
Mom, I was wondering if I could be Keymaster this year.
Sounds like a fucking Dark Souls boss, honestly. But this Keymaster's job is to hold onto all the phones and keys so people can just, you know, they're forced to hang out there and spend time with the family. I guess you could say their phones and keys have been sort of kidnapped. Okay, now we meet Trudy's siblings. She has a brother named Jake and a sister named Katie, and they're both super successful in their fields, so Trudy sort of feels like the screw-up of the family. Which she is. She fucking kidnapped a guy, so, you know, it's kind of hard to feel sorry for her. That's the one thing about this movie that's, like, really frustrating. It's like, you're supposed to like the main character of a movie, and if you don't like them, you're supposed to relate to them on some level. But I can't do that. I cannot do that with Trudy. She stole a person, and also, I can't even feel bad for the guy who got kidnapped because he's not smearing his shit on the walls.
I'd like you to meet Trudy's boyfriend, Nick.
I'm not her boyfriend. I met her today when she poked a musket in my ribs, tied me up with furry handcuffs, and drove me to wherever I am right now.
Okay, I'll take that last part back. I guess he is sort of actively trying to let people know, but this family is full of fucking master gaslighters. That also sounds like a Dark Souls boss.
Master Gaslighter. You're acting crazy right now.
In this next scene, David sees that Trudy still has her cell phone, so he tries to go and steal it from her so he can make contact with the outside world and escape, surprisingly. The next scene is actually a super brutal murder scene, and it's very gory. Obviously not what happens, but I wouldn't put it past her, you know? And then Trudy would just be like, listen, Mom and Dad, if you see David, you know, sort of laying on the floor, sort of bleeding everywhere, and he's dead, he's just nervous. What actually happens is she smashes her cell phone. But then David is given an opportunity to escape because Trudy's mom sends David and Trudy's dad into town to go pick up some groceries. So this has to be it, right? He's away from the family. He can talk to someone who's not attached to any of these characters. He can explain what happened. He'll be set free, right? Nope. Should have rubbed your poop on the walls, Dave.
All right, old man. I'm not leaving here until you help me. I'm coming back there, and I'm going to use that phone.
There's not going to be any trouble in my store, Super Freak. Now back that ass up.
This movie is so frustrating, and it also gets more frustrating because in the next scene, he's alone in the car with just the dad. And all he tries to do to escape is grab the wheel, I guess. Where instead, he could just be like, I've been kidnapped, 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 right? Maybe rub some poop on the windows, I don't know. And also it gets worse after that, believe it or not, because in the scene right after that, David is able to borrow Jake's cell phone, so he goes into the bathroom to make a call. And instead of calling 911 so they could like trace the call at the very least, he calls his girlfriend, who is mad at him because she thinks he stood him up.
Really? You said that you had something important to say yesterday, and then you stood me up.
And hey man, dump her. Absolutely dump her. Dude, if I haven't heard from my girlfriend in a few days, and then she calls me, oh my god, I'd be so relieved, okay? I'd be so happy. I'd be over the moon. I'd be hashtag Kurtis Connor's over the moon party, okay? Because obviously you'd worry about your partner, right? You wouldn't just be like, well, motherfucker. You got a lot of nerve calling me. Oh, you've been kidnapped? I don't care whose kid is sleeping, okay? You stood me up. I think I just hate movies where the entire conflict can be solved by just fucking talking to each other. Like, just communicate, you know? Because there's so many movies like that. Romeo and Juliet, and it was a movie first, you know? Romeo and Juliet, fucking talk to each other. Home Alone, just call someone. Little Mermaid, she could have just got a piece of paper and wrote, hey, kiss me. Titanic? Say iceberg way sooner. Why'd you wait so long? But anyways, David tells his girlfriend that he has been kidnapped.
You're serious?
Yes!
And now that the word is out and help could be on the way, David reveals his master plan.
I'm gonna be the best boyfriend ever, and your parents are gonna fall in love with me.
Oh jeez, I wonder what's gonna happen when he starts spending some quality time with this girl. David does just that. He turns on the charm, you know, and everyone's loving him. But Trudy, she doesn't like that.
My family likes you more than they like me.
Obviously, of course they do, right? You kidnapped a man. Oh well, kidnapped a person. It's not like it'd be better if it was a woman. I don't know why I don't know why I emphasize the man so much in that sentence. You kidnapped a man. Nothing really happens for the next half hour in this movie. It's just these two characters slowly falling in love with each other. But it's tough to really give a shit about this because it's weird to watch literal Stockholm Syndrome develop and be like, aw. I mean, if it's the One Direction song, Stockholm Syndrome, I'll shake my ass to that all day. Don't get me wrong. But listen, I will not twerk for genuine Stockholm Syndrome. That's my promise to you. This is my impression of Judy singing a Christmas song. I'll be Stockholm for Christmas. Like, that's genuinely what this part of the movie is. Watching someone fall in love with their captor. It's not cute. Captor? I hardly knew her.
They were so proud of me. Somewhere along the way, things changed, and I just wish they still felt that way about me, you know?
Wow. I don't fucking care. That's how that scene should have went. So anyways, they keep falling in love with each other. They kiss under the mistletoe. He proposes to her with the wedding ring that he had on him. And while all of this is happening, David's girlfriend is trying to find out what happened to him. So she goes to Trudy's friend's house and they start interrogating her.
You know, when we catch her, you'll be put away too for accessory to kidnapping, obstructing justice.
Okay, I don't know if I missed something in this movie. I probably did because it's not good and I probably just wasn't paying attention during a little bit. But I don't think she knew that Trudy kidnapped David. So like, why would she be an accessory? You know what I mean? Because she was also in the diner when it happened. Then everybody else who was eating in the diner are also accessories, right? Imagine if that's how that actually happened. All right, tell me one more time what happened. Okay, so I was waiting in line and then this guy runs into the store like out of nowhere and he pulls a gun at the cashier and he says, give me all the money. And then the cashier said no, and the robber shot the cashier in the arm, stole all the money, and then ran out. I'm so sorry. I didn't see his face. It all happened so fast. It's okay. It's all right. Don't worry. Okay, you'll have plenty of time to remember his face when you're in the slammer. Wait, what? Yeah, pretty suspicious. You were the only guy in here when the crime happened. What are you talking about? That means you were in on it. And so is the cashier. Why would the cashier be in on it? He got shot. This goes all the way to the top, doesn't it? I wouldn't be surprised if the cops were in on it too, crooked bastards. Put my hands behind my back. I'm going downtown. I'm a dirty little cop. Nasty, naughty, slutty little cop too. You're gonna spank me or what? Yeah. Okay, we're getting to the end of the movie, trust me. So they're all having family dinner together and they all start arguing about how unhappy everybody is and how everybody's life is falling apart.
This isn't my world, because if this was my world, I wouldn't have to picture Clint Eastwood just to get through our annual birthday sex!
Wow. Turns out Trudy wasn't the only one having a hard time, but also none of those family members stole a man. Fortunately, Trudy's luck is about to run out.
Everybody freeze!
I don't know who brought home the bacon, but I'm gonna fry it up in a pan.
Mother, no!
I know everything about this film has been ridiculous, but this is the most unbelievable part, okay? This scene right here. Because if this was real life, Grandma would have been lit up by these guys in fucking 2 seconds.
But I'm gonna fry it up.
Mother, no!
Seriously, I would believe a kidnapping love story way before believing a group of cops not shooting someone. But since the whole family were accessories to this kidnapping, they go to jail. Yeah, they go to jail. They go to accessory jail. It's like regular jail, but everybody's wearing watches and necklaces. But luckily, they don't get in trouble because David doesn't press charges.
Poor schmuck didn't press charges.
I'm no lawyer, but I feel like there would still be a prosecution. She kidnapped someone, right? Like that's the other part of this movie that really doesn't sit right with me. They treat kidnapping like it's this like nice, cute little thing that you do sometimes and not a serious crime. Like it's one of the worst crimes you can commit. Like next to watching my videos and not subscribing. You know? I don't know how the legal system works, but it's one thing to not press charges when someone like bumps into your car. But like she stole a person. That's like if I killed someone and then I went to court and was just like, well, he's not alive to press charges, so I'll be going home now. Doesn't work like that, I don't think. But anyways, the rest of the movie has David getting ready to marry his girlfriend, but he ends up dumping her to be with Trudy. Because not only did she steal him, she stole his heart. Not physically. Well, yet, anyway. But yeah, they kiss and they live happily ever after. So, moral of the story, if you want something, just take it, okay? It is yours. Just take it.
And it'll all work out in the end.
I'm fucking kidding. That's a terrible lesson. Let's get some help. Let's see what Trudy thinks the lesson of the movie is.
Doing one crazy thing probably does make you crazy, but it can also make you happy.
All right. You heard it here first. Doesn't matter what crazy shit you do. As long as it makes you happy, you're in the clear.
Okay, can you explain to me why you rubbed your poop on the cabin walls?
Your Honor, it made me happy. In conclusion, the movie, it was entertaining. It was a little funny at times, but it's a little tough to get past all the Stockholm stuff, all that stuff about Sweden. But no, a Christmas movie is supposed to have a nice lesson about, you know, family and love, generosity, right? But this does not have that, so 10 out of 10. All right, well, it's time for the last ad break of the year.
This video is sponsored by HelloFresh. Folks, I've been eating HelloFresh like every week for more than 2 years now, and you know why? Because HelloFresh makes cooking at home fun, easy, and affordable. With HelloFresh, you get fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. And not to mention, they're also America's #1 meal kit, so you can't go wrong. I know these last few years have been a lot, but I can say firsthand that it's been so comforting and reassuring knowing that every week I have HelloFresh to help out with putting some home-cooked meals on the table every week for me and Jenna. Because that's not an easy thing to do. So how about you let HelloFresh help you out with 50 weekly menu and market items to choose from, so you can think less about what's for dinner and more about the bigger things in life, right? Like your dreams and aspirations. I don't know. And there's something for everyone. They have family-friendly, calorie-smart, pescatarian, and veggie options every week. Plus, every recipe includes fresh produce sourced directly from farmers. So yeehaw to that. What I also love about HelloFresh is you can totally customize your experience. You can pick the delivery day, how many servings you get in a box, you can skip a week whenever you want, or even add extra meals or desserts or lunches. And we're always trying to cut back on food waste in our house, which is why HelloFresh's pre-portioned ingredients are so beneficial. You have the exact amount every time, which means less prep for you and also less wasted food. As a matter of fact, when compared to grocery shopping, HelloFresh cuts down on your food waste by at least 25%. And guess what? HelloFresh is hooking up the citizens of Kurtistown with a delicious deal. Just go to HelloFresh.com and use code Kurtistown16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 surprise gifts. Again, this is anecdotal. I've been eating HelloFresh every week for years, and it's so good. The food's delicious. The recipes are easy to follow, easy to make, and I just couldn't recommend them enough. So I hope you guys check them out because it also helps out me and my channel when you check out the sponsors. So everybody wins here, man. Again, thank you so much to HelloFresh for sponsoring this video and so many others in the past. Now, back to me.
All right, thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please press the like button, because believe it or not, 1 like equals 1 bicep curl that Mario Lopez will do. Seen that guy's fucking arms? please press a like button. You can leave a comment, let me know your thought. Let me know if you've ever seen this movie, if you remember it, or any other weird movies you want me to cover next Christmas. That needs to have a holiday in it, in the title, and the letter H in another word. You can press the subscribe button, check the description for all that shit if you want. But yeah, man, this is the last video of the year. Crazy. Thank you so much for another great year. This year was pretty eventful. Things were starting to open up a little bit before. I got to do some shows again, which was incredible. So thank you so much to everybody who came out to my stand-up shows. I got a lot more coming next year, and I just can't wait to, you know, keep making videos, keep touring, doing shows for y'all. And I just seriously, I can't thank you enough for the support over the years. Even if this is your first video you've seen of mine, it's just, this is my dream job, and I cannot thank you enough for all the support. So sorry I'm late with the Christmas movie, but happy holidays to you. Happy New Year. Stay safe. Yeah, just seriously, thank you so much. Appreciate you. And I will see you next year. Okay, I know all the comments are going to be, oh, you didn't say folks at the beginning. First the extra greeting and now no folks. Well, this is for the people who stayed to the end of the video. Folks. So, there you go. Happy New Year.